everyone, it's Gina. I am a customer of Heat Transfer Source, and I wanted to share a little video with y'all on one of their blank items. So Heat Transfer Source sells a lot of different items, from vinyl, adhesive vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, printable heat transfer vinyl. They carry the works and the best deals around. So I recently purchased one of their blanks. They have tumblers, bags, baby bodysuits, a lot of stuff. And I purchased a couple of their felt wallets. So I'm going to be doing a felt wallet for my niece, and you can see it's got the different compartments, and it's really nice, really sturdy. And so I'm going to go ahead, I have everything cut, so I'll share all my settings at the end. I just wanted to do something quick to show y'all one of their blanks. And I use some of their printable heat transfer. And so, as you know, you do not mirror your image. You pull it up on your program, and you just print, and then you cut. This is the image we're going to use. And I always order their dark inkjet printable heat transfer. And then I am also pairing it with this same, and this is their red matte heat transfer vinyl. Remember that you have to mirror your image, so when you are applying your vinyl to your mat, you're going to put shiny side down and mirror it. That way when you cut it, it'll be right. I did make a boo-boo. Don't know if you could see, but I ran out of space. I was trying to use a scrap piece, and it's right there, so I took another scrap piece and I cut it. So I'm also going to show you how you can kind of fix small issues like that. No big deal.
Hey, sorry for the interruption, but if you like what you're watching, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the bell to be notified of all new tutorials.
Now, one of the things I do love is I use a Teflon sheet to put over my items, as well as kind of like a clear parchment paper. So we're going to do that first. So I'm going to position how I want everything. And I think I'm going to do the words kind of off to the side, just right next to her. And I want her kind of down towards the bottom part of the seam of the wallet. So what I'm going to do is press her first. So once I get her where I want her, I'm just going to cover this, take my iron, apply some pressure, and voila! She's right in the corner. I could have probably did a lighter picture to contrast the felt of the wallet, but I actually still really like this picture. And see, I did it right at the seam, so it blends in right with the wallet. Now we're going to add our words. And now one of the things I love about Heat Transfer Source is they have these nice cooling blocks. So a lot of their heat transfer is cold pill. So all you're going to do is take your cooling block, go right over whatever you just pressed, cool it down, and then voila! And then I'm going to take my two pieces that are my correction pieces and just apply it. Don't want to get my hair. Burnt hair is not pretty. So I put that right down, and then I'm going to press it. This also allows you to get more press on the pieces that are already up there. You can use a heat press. I'm not going to use my heat press. I think it'll stay. The felt is a really good material. I think it'll stay. And then we're just going to take that piece off. And then you're all done. Now, sometimes, if you can see right here, when you have to do a correction, you might indent the rest of it. So all I typically do is just run my iron over it again, or stick it in the heat press and heat press it a little. That gets all the lines out. This also helps you make sure that you got a good adhere to whatever item you are ironing to. The other way to check is if you look really close, you can see the grain of the felt. It's hard to see in my camera, but you can see the grain through your vinyl. That's another way on shirts is to check that you see the fiber print through your mat, and that's going to show that you got a good heat press. You got a good press. I don't know if anybody was doing any shopping this weekend. They tend to do a lot of sales, and they had a really good bundle going, a mega pack, I think it was. But love their mega packs or their bundles. Anytime they do scrap packs, you get a lot of different material, different vinyl that you can use and practice with. Those boxes or packs are really good starter packs. Love them. And so if you get a chance, check them out. And then gotta give shout outs to my cooling block. Love my cooling block. And so I will also add real quick all my settings. And so I'll take you over to the computer and update you on that. Just a quick update or review on the settings that I use. I have a silhouette. So I use the Silhouette Studio program. And so that is how I do all my cutting and cropping. And so this was the image that I pulled up that I used. And here are my words. So remember, when you are printing, you don't want to flip your image. You want to leave it as is. So the good thing with Silhouette, I just go over here to my toolbar on the right hand side, and there's a box here that will talk about my mat. And so all I do is go and change it to the size of the paper that I'm using, which is typically around 8 by 11. Change my direction. You move whatever you're not printing off, and then okay, you come right up here and you print, and it goes right to your printer. And they have dark inkjet for inkjet printers, and that's your printable vinyl. Now for my words, I'll readjust my mat back to the regular size, 12 by 12. You got to make sure for all your vinyl that is glitter, holographic, spectrum, anything that's not adhesive, you want to make sure that you mirror. So you click on the right side of your mouse, and you're going to use to flip it horizontally. Flip it, it's mirrored. If you don't want to do that, there is a spot when you send it to cut, at least in the Silhouette program, where it will pop up before you actually cut, asking if you want to mirror it. So if you haven't flipped it, you can just hit for the button down there to mirror it. So I have had to play around with my cut settings. Silhouette has a list of different settings that you can choose from. So I typically always use heat transfer smooth. Unless I'm using something like glitter, then I'll change it. And then I always change my setting. My speed is always on 8. And my force, I go up to 33. Heat transfer source is really good with sending you recommendation settings, as well as settings for your heat press to help make sure that everything goes smoothly. I have learned that you sometimes have to play around with your cut settings and material based off of your machine. Everything can have a general setting, but every machine is different, just like everybody is different. So it's always good to play. That's why those mega packs and bundles that Heat Transfer Source does are really good, because it gives you a lot of material that you can play around with to learn. And so I have two machines. I have the original Silhouette as well as the Cameo 4. So I make sure that you change your machine to whatever machine you're using. So if I hit Cameo 2, that is my Silhouette 4. And it will automatically change to your regular settings, and you just readjust. So I change my force back up to 33. And then your blade for the Silhouette 4 is an auto blade, so it'll automatically pick up. My machine's not on, so it's not picking up right now, but if my machine was on, it would automatically pick up on which setting to put my blade on. So I don't change any of that. And then you just send it through and cut. And that is all. I hope y'all enjoy this video.
For more tutorials like this, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to hit the bell to be notified of all new tutorials. Thanks again, everyone.